Okay, so what we have here today is a little project that I've been working on. It's a pneumatic powered can crusher. Eventually what I want to do with this is to make it either fully or semi-automatic and actually have it powered by hydraulics instead of compressed air. But we're working with what we have right now. The cylinder is, I don't remember where I got the cylinder, but it's a Miller hydraulic, what is it? Model J723 or J728. Rated at either 1000 psi severe service or 1500 psi moderate service. The valve is a electric solenoid valve that I picked up at a surplus store, I believe. It's a Continental valve. I think I paid about $5 for it. Unfortunately, it's a block-mounted valve, so it just had that you would mount it to a manifold. But I didn't have a manifold. I didn't feel like making a manifold. So I just dismantled the valve and reamed out the end of the port a little bit and tapped it with an 1/8" pipe thread tap. That I have here. And just tap the holes so I can put actual fittings on them, which I didn't have actual fittings. So this right here is an old water valve, and these two are a couple pieces of old soft copper tubing that I had laying around that I soldered to an 1/8" pipe nipple that I cut in half, and underneath there's a fuel fitting from a lawnmower carburetor, and that's soldered to a muffler and to collect any oil or anything that spits out. So anyway, the rails here are made out of an old bed frame. This is just a piece of wood clamped in here for now as the anvil. Eventually that's going to be changed to something different, but that's what we've got for now. The shoe on here is actually the shoe from an old hydraulic jack. The valve, all the seals were shot on it, and I could no longer get parts for it. The hose is just old washing machine hose, and it's, as you can see, it's a temporary setup, but it's only running right now at about 70 psi, I think, so it's not really that big a deal. The switch is just an old light switch I had laying around. Cover was from another project. The wiring, the power cord was found in the trash from something. I forget what it was. Box I had laying around. And the trigger switch is actually it's one of the sensing switches from a dehumidifier. And that's what this wire here is from as well. So, for the most part, probably the total cost on this project was about $10. If I do convert it to hydraulics, I'm going to be using tubing salvaged from old dehumidifiers and refrigerators that I'm going to use flare fittings on, and the hydraulic pump will be an old power steering pump, and the fluid tank will be an old fuel tank from a lawnmower that I scrapped. So anyway, let's hook some air up to this. See what we can do. See if I can do this with one hand. I don't think I'm going to. So we're going to stop this, hook up everything, and we'll be right back.